What's going on, guys? BoomMonsoon here. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that you probably already know if you played the game quite a bit, but it's just to help you refresh your memory and to help new people as well. Now, the first thing I'm talking about is zeroing with sniper rifles. Now, you can see here I'm on top of this very tall building. I've got a lot of line of sight, and I'm able to see a lot of the map. It's not quite as good as the big tower you can see right in front of me now. That is a better spot, albeit a little bit more difficult. But from here you can see a lot. In fact, you can even see part of the spawn for the, I believe it's the Chinese helicopters. In fact, you can see the helicopters, but you can't see tanks, infantry, other things like that. Either way, this is a very good spot to go to if you're trying to snipe, although do be aware it is annoying, even though it's something I'm quite a fan of myself. So what I talked about today is using the zeroing of sniper rifles. That little red box you can see is the number I want you to focus on, because that means that target is 200 meters away. Now what I do when I get the sniper rifle out, the problem I have is my gun can't shoot that far without the bullet dropping. So I'll go up and I'll shoot, and the fact the bullet drops a little bit too low. Now if I set the number at the bottom to 200 by hitting V and then shoot, the bullet should hit perfectly on. Now you can cycle through 200, 300, 400, 500 and 1000. There is no 600, 700, 800, 900, which is a little bit annoying, but to be honest you don't really need that kind of range. But why do you have 1000 then? You don't really need that kind of range. Honestly, I think it's a little bit weird, the system. They should really just get the 1000. It is there for a joke and it is completely pointless. But you can actually get some pretty good shots with this. Usually people camp up on that roof and it is annoying, but if you see somebody there, and just for example I shoot this satellite tower in a bit, just as a warning, you can get stuck on these. In fact, when you aim down sights, they don't actually show you what you're looking at. They end up sticking on the wall, so it is a little bit annoying. But if somebody's down there at 300 meters and you can't quite hit them normally, you pull out the sniper rifle. Like I said, I use the satellite and dish here. You pull out the sniper rifle, you look at it, you shoot 100, nope, doesn't work. You put 200, and just a little bit short, but again, just to show you it's a little bit short because I unscoped a bit too quick. You shoot, hits right at the bottom. Now 300 should hit perfect, and it just about does. It is a little bit off because it isn't exactly 300 meters away. Now the problem with the PDL, or PLD, sorry, is that it has a limited range. Just there you can see I'm trying to look at that distance, but I can't actually see it. Having a big scope does help. As you can see, I have one here. Now the first setting misses, 300 meters just gets close, still doesn't hit though. 400 then gets extremely close, hits the base of that one dish. 500 then is pretty much on. Again, that one's more like 570 something, so it is a little bit off. 600 would help, but 1000 goes way over. So again, it proves it to be almost completely pointless because you really need 600. Just here to show you what happens when the bullets shoot and they're sort of scaling. I set it to the first setting and then I'll shoot and the bullet drops way too low, not even leaving a mark. Same place, you see you can't even see a mark, but same place, 200 meters I shoot, bullet's dead on. Set it to 300 and I shoot and the bullet is just a little bit above it. It's not too much above it. You can see that's a pretty even gap there, and I put it back on the 200 shot, and again 400 just a little bit above the 300, 500 again just a little bit above the 400, and eventually 1000, which still is completely pointless. I shoot and it goes way over. I can't imagine why I'd need that. Players can't even jump that high. So again though, there are a few maps where 1000 is needed, but if it's needed, why isn't there 600, 700, 800, 900? Again though, be aware because the POD can't zoom in too far and eventually loses some ability. But just down for a final example, if somebody down there, I shoot at the first setting and it doesn't hit, it's too low, they see the shot, they start to panic. Fire the second shot, 200, ooh, hit their foot, done a little bit of damage, and then 300, and they get a headshot and they're down. So if you guys need any help with this, put down in the comments and I will help you as well. So the next piece of equipment I'll show you guys is the XM25. Now this thing is really good, and it is a lot of help. It is a good piece of equipment. Now if I'm behind a bit of cover, there's somebody there, I'm shooting at them, trying to hit them, they've taken a couple of shots, so maybe they're regenerating their health, maybe they're trying to think of a plan, maybe they're waiting for somebody, maybe they're already dead, but I don't know if they're dead or not, so I'm just going to, you know, keep firing suppressive fire. What I do, though, is I can pull out the XM25, aim at the wall they're hiding behind, which as you can see is 31 meters away by the number on the right. When I look back at it, it's 31 meters. And I can just move a little bit to the left so that it's not facing the cover. And then what that will do is it will send a projectile which will blow up at 3 meters beyond where the cover is. Now that should kill them. I believe 2-3 shots is a kill. This is actually a really helpful bit of kit. I think you can actually change the distance from 3 meters, but I'm actually unaware how to do that. It's something I tried to work out, but I couldn't find a way to do it. But of course this works vice versa, not be it too well though, because if you don't have a big piece of cover sticking up, it is very hard to hit them. Although what you can do is look at the wall, shoot, and if it hits the wall it will explode. Now these take an extremely long time to reload. By using a big ammo kit, they take around 30 seconds to get a full magazine. That is a lot of time, and I had to sit through it, so I wound it on for you guys, so that you wouldn't have to sit through the whole thing. Now the XM25 has more of a use than just that. It is actually quite a good anti-vehicle weapon. Now tanks, it isn't really going to do too much damage, but you can see here these jeeps, if I can hit the back with a couple of shots, then it does actually do some damage, and as you can see, 1 or 2 shots actually brings down the doors. Now that might you think, oh, that's just an aspect, you know, that just meant to look like that. In actual fact, you can shoot the people inside, which is a really cool feature, because you open the van and you can shoot them all. A lot of the time though, these vans aren't exactly sitting there stationary, and when they take a hit, everyone usually gets out or drives off. So that is a cool little thing, but it's kind of pointless. Also it does about 50% damage. Now just here I'm using the XM25 dart. Now this thing is weird because you'd think it would be the same as the XM25 but in a shotgun, but if you think about that, that is completely pointless as well. And all this thing really is an XM25 shotgun. It does nothing different, nothing special, does no damage to vehicles, it's basically just a shotgun that's semi-automatic and has 5 rounds. There is no real point in using this thing aside from having a spare shotgun. Now I do have the smoke launcher here, which is actually a pretty handy piece of kit. What you can do is go up, fire a couple of smoke shots just like the XM25, and it'll create a smoke screen so players can't see you. But when aiming down sights, if I shoot one directly here, just imagine that this has hit me and I can't see. You can actually see some objects, but you can't see your sight. So if you're good enough, you might be able to pick somebody off, but chances are they'll have a huge advantage on you if they take the initiative. Now if you shoot enough of these, they are completely blinding, no way you can see anything, and it is a pretty effective method, especially for, say, if you want to arm an MCOM, you can shoot a couple, somebody can run up and go on it, or you can run up and go on it. And just an example, that's what the fire extinguishers do. They don't produce much of one anyway. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. It is a little bit rushed, a little bit busy, but sorry about that, I'm extremely busy right now. And I've got a lot of more things coming up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. This has been Monsoon, out.